I've purchased so many electric dirt bikes in the past couple years, and every single one of them was a disappointment. They were either too small and basically bicycles, and they cost too much money to actually become somewhat close to fast, and was the equivalent of a two-stroke 125cc bike. So really kind of disappointment. And none of them could compete with their gasoline counterpart, but not this one. This one is not only supposed to be a contender with the gasoline bikes, this one is supposed to crush them. This video is sponsored by Surfshark, and more on that in a little bit. And I'm dying to see what's inside here. Without further ado, let's do it. So the story behind this is 2 years ago when they started talking about this, I think they had a demo, I put a deposit down. And I kind of forgot about it. And I really wanted one. And then I found out that they've been trying to email me for months, possibly a year. And they're like, if you don't accept your bike or buy your bike ASAP, I think they said that I was going to lose my deposit, which I'm not sure if they can actually legally do that. So I decided instead of losing my deposit, also I wanted this bike. I forgot all about it. I ordered it. Now, what's crazy about this bike, and we've been seeing this for a long time, is you can buy this bike at a dealership or buy it directly from the manufacturer. And it shows up within a couple days. So it kind of begs the question, why would you buy it at a dealership? I mean, it was simple. All we had to do was buy it, sign a couple things online. It took less than probably 20 minutes, and within a couple days, a man with a big truck showed up. We needed some muscle to unload the bike off the truck. It was raining, it was gross, but not that big of a deal. If you had a forklift, it would be even easier. But what these manufacturers are doing, and they're able to do it easier with the electric stuff, they're kind of bypassing the dealership model. And to be honest with you, I kind of like it. But the question is, when you bypass the dealer, is it worth the extra energy that you have to do putting the bike together? And we're about to see this thing right now, which I think putting the bike together is pretty awesome. That is cool looking. Now, if you guys haven't figured it out yet, this is the legendary Stark VARG motorcycle. A lot of people are talking about it. It's a really, really big deal, and I'm so excited to get this thing out of the box. But once we get it out of the box, we have a little surprise, and we're gonna find out if it's as bad and mean as everyone says it is, and we're gonna take it up against last generation, actually generations of generations before, baddest dirt bike ever to exist. The legendary, well, you're gonna have to find out. Check this out. Oh man, that is sweet. I didn't know it came with this. And what is this?
It's a bike stand.
I think this is this might be the charger.
So then that's the charging stand, because it looks like that bolts up inside of it. If I had to guess from here.
That's so cool. Look at this. This is like that carbon fiber composite or carbon fiber.
Forged carbon.
Forged carbon, yeah, that's pretty cool looking. It feels like plastic though. Okay, this is the stand for the bike. Brushed aluminum, it looks awesome. People would pay a couple $100 for this. And then it looks like this is the charger. I can't think of, unless it's a subwoofer. And it looks like this mounts inside there. So you put the bike on top of the stand. Joe, does any other bike come with a dirt bike stand?
No, they come with steel triangles.
This is how a motorcycle should be transported. Look, there's no crummy metal straps. Actually, this is loose. Why is this so loose? I do feel like the box is kind of falling apart. Let's see what's on this side over here. Stark VARG. It's simple packaging. Wheel in the front. Look at this. Is this water cooled? That is cool. So this bike claims to be 80 horsepower. 80 horsepower destroys anything else out there in dirt bike on two wheels. CRF 450R is only maybe high 50s in horsepower. Nice quality looking straps. Smells like nothing. It just smells like nothing.
It smells so clean.
It smells so clean. Very clean looking straps. They're not as good as our tank straps, our dirt bike straps. So if you're wondering what the dealership is actually doing with one, they're paying the salesman, they're covering the cost of the overhead, and they're putting this bike together. They're putting a front wheel on and doing whatever is in this little manual right here. Let's see what that manual says. And if you're willing to save $1,000 and put it together yourself and save yourself a bunch of time and hang around the dealership, which I am always willing to do that. Oh, that just says VARG. Oh, I thought it said Stark VARG. Okay, this is all coming together now. Maybe you knew this, I did not know this. The company is Stark, the bike is VARG. Stark Future's mission is to lead the way towards a sustainable motorcycle industry by reducing plastic and CO2 pollution. This will be achieved by building sustainable products that are superior to traditional technology in terms of performance, emotion, and design. Not a fan of that. I just want to make cool, fast stuff. So it's saying this logo, 24 karat gold. We could pawn that.
Dang, I wonder if you can make enough to buy another one.
Very clear, nice instructions. Let's just open up boxes and stuff. But what I didn't realize was that inside this box is another box. And inside that box is one of the coolest things about this bike that nobody is talking about. So I'm assuming that this is where the bars are. So if you were wondering, this is not the handlebars. The handlebars on Stark VARGs are not made of toilet paper rolls. But it could be. I will say, at first glance, this looks like a very, very high quality product. Nothing, I mean, ginormous looking fork tubes. Nothing about this thing looks like they did compromise. What kind of tires are on this?
Pirelli.
Pirelli tires.
Scorpion.
Ooh. Okay. So when you order, there's a couple different ways you can order it. Different size tires for different things. And you can get the rear brake up here where the clutch would be, which is confusing, but it does make sense. Or you can get it on the floor, which is where I want it because I still want to ride gasoline powered stuff. I don't want to mess up. And then what is this? Check this out. VARG. What is a VARG? Check it out, they give you an iPhone. This is a phone. Is this not an Android phone?
That's a phone. It's got a SIM card in
This
it.
is a phone. You know, it'd be really cool if when I turn this on, it would call you.
This is how you put it together.
Yeah, and it would walk you through it. So, I mean, like seriously, how awesome is this? You get it says Stark Futures. It's a Stark Futures phone. I can't figure out who makes the phone. It doesn't say anyone else, but that is cool. Okay, think about this. There's that mom. Actually, we are those parents who will refuse to get their kids phones. But then if your kid was like, yeah, but okay, you're not gonna get me a phone, I get it, but buy me a dirt bike, and then I'll go outside and I'll be playing outside and not doing stuff on the phone. And yeah, that's a pretty good proposition. If you get a Stark VARG from your parents, you get both, a phone and a dirt bike. But just don't tell your parents because then they're gonna take the phone away. I gotta see if I can call on this thing. This is awesome. Stark Future, powered by Android. It's powered by Android.
They almost had a good thing.
That's pretty cool though. Although what happens when you lose the phone and break the phone? We are in the future now. My bike is telling me, okay, English. Hi there, English. I mean, I can do that later, right?
I think you need it though.
Yeah, for all the features.
But I'm on 5G. Like I just got an Amber Alert. Start. They might make me do it. Set up offline. Fine, we'll do the password. They'll be like, yo, how'd Sean get hurt? Well, he was riding his Stark VARG. Oh, he was riding his Stark VARG? No, he was putting the password for his internet into a Stark VARG phone while standing on top of a vacuum.
KTM
Oh,
vacuum.
that makes more sense.
Typical KTM product gets you hurt.
Typical Stark VARG guy. All right, we're in, I think. Getting your phone ready. This may take a few minutes. Could this be my phone?
No. Oh, you
Can I
mean
make
like
phone
you
calls with it?
switch it? I don't know.
Next. Copy your data, follow these steps. I don't want to copy my data. This is where the future sucks. If I need to make another username and password to ride my dirt bike,
Just skip it.
skip. What should my password be?
The future.
How about Craig? C. C-R-A-I-G. Craig. Where is phone call? Let's call Craig. It had a SIM card in it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can I text? Message. Let's message Craig. Hello, Craig. This is Sean's Stark VARG. You should ride me sometime. Is this why Androids suck? It just keeps on going back to the home screen.
Thing just keeps flashing, like even the screen. Watch.
I can do that, but it doesn't like me doing this. Hey Google, why can't I text my friend from my Stark VARG phone? This is the future, clearly.
These frustrations, these are not real frustrations, these are future frustrations.
These are Android frustrations.
I wonder if that's
chat.
a dedicated line so that they can call you later about your extended warranty.
It's not a bad idea. So after realizing that I cannot call or text my friend Craig, I decided to go back to unboxing the bike and getting it put back together. Maybe my dreams of calling Craig from my Stark VARG phone are dead. I love that with my purchase, I got a phone. Don't like it, it's a Droid phone. Ooh, handlebars. I don't see a spot to plug the phone in unless it charges. Does it charge right off of here? Maybe it does. Can you watch TikTok while you're riding? Is the question everyone wants to know. Can you watch your favorite YouTuber riding his motorcycle while you're riding your motorcycle? We're gonna find that out right here on Bikes and Beards.
They say that that's the fastest production dirt bike ever made, but I think there's one that might be faster, and I happen to know where one is. Bunch of stuff. Oh, push, push, push. This is not a safe bike, janky moto compo. This is the one. This might beat that Stark. This is the CR500, and this was, and I'm gonna say possibly is, the fastest production bike, dirt bike. It's a 500cc 2-stroke. Should rip my head right off my shoulders. Ooh, smells like there's fresh gas in there too right now. Maybe I should turn on the fuel. Might help. All right, we're gonna have to go work on this.
Does it come with tools? All right, throw some in the comments. Do you like when things come with tools, or would you rather you use your own tools? And you're kind of like, it's a barrier of entry to people who don't have tools. Ooh, what is, holy cow, wait a second. Normally when you buy something, it comes with the crappiest looking toolkit. Like, and I just throw them away. Get it. Stark Futures. Kamasa tools. Look how awesome this is. This is so cool. It comes with its own torque wrench. Stark VARG. I don't know what this is or when I would, is this just, you just put this someplace? Stark Future VARG. Somehow all things got kind of pushed in the wrong spot. I'm missing one. Big torque wrench, right? Awesome. You don't need a dealership. It comes with this stuff. You can buy this bike with zero tools. You don't even need a knife to open it up. You can just rip it open with your hands. This comes with a high quality Kamasa Tools torque wrench. Also comes with a 1/4 inch torque wrench. How cool is that? I don't think I've ever seen a 1/4 inch torque wrench. This is much more the motorcycle experience that you're looking for when you buy a motorcycle. Like, think about this: you buy it with your son or for your son, and you get to put it together with your boy. Or like, this is part of motorcycling. There is an aspect of working on your bike is part of motorcycling. I love this. I think this is awesome. Some people might pay more money to do this, and this is, you get this bike for cheaper and you put it together yourself. Like, why need a dealership? Dealership's gonna hate me for saying all this stuff. It's also like the people at Stark VARG are saying that you're not an idiot. No, we only need trained technicians to put handlebars on. Moana. Hold up. You guys see what I see? If this is a perverse drawing from that guy, from the saddlebags of the Harley Davidson. This is nothing, it's just a piece of wax paper. I thought it was a note. How dope would it have been if this was a note that said like, you're awesome, go crush it, or something like that. Yeah, a heart. Let me down, Stark VARG. You know what'd be even cooler if they gave you a pair of like white gloves to put this together. Like you really felt like you were like some type of top-notch Stark VARG elite mechanic. Handlebars go up here. Just jam it in like that. Like that. Put it back in there. I'm not gonna tell Stark VARG what to do, but if it were me and my bike, I would probably fill this up with like dielectric grease. So if it did get water in there, which it probably will, it would be okay. Well, maybe that thing is sealed. Yo, camera guy, hand me that.
Here, let me get that for you.
Thanks. Nailed it. Well, somewhere I'm sure there's torque specs. I'll figure it out later. I'll put it all together, ride it for a couple years, and I'll go back and I'll torque everything. Which is the American way. The American way. Now, people are always asking me, like, Sean, you tend to buy a lot of motorcycles, and that is true. How do you do that without your significant other finding out about it? Or you're trying to buy flowers for your wife without her knowing it, or you're trying to do a surprise vacation without her finding out, or you just don't want people tracking what you do on the internet. And that's exactly why we partnered up with Surfshark. Now, one of the best things about Surfshark is the ability to keep all your online activity completely private. And with Surfshark's military-grade encryption and their no logs policy, you can browse the entire internet without any trace of ever being there, which is perfect for when you're trying to buy a really nice motorcycle for your wife. What you tell her is for her without her ever finding out. Also, missionaries and diplomats use these things all the time when they're in other countries, so they can access the information from their home country that they're not able to access when they're in some other place. Surfshark also has a built-in ad and malware blocker, so you can surf the internet safely. Another cool thing about Surfshark is you can do one account on multiple devices, so you can keep your stuff completely private from the government. I'm talking about all your gadgets, your phone, your laptop, your iPad, your home computer, your work computer, all your stuff. They also offer 24/7 technical support, so you always have someone to help you out when you need it. If you want to give Surfshark a try, go to surfshark.com/bikeandbeards to get their exclusive deal, which is 4 extra months for free and a 30-day money-back guarantee. So there's no risk for you guys to check it out. Unlike the risk that I have riding this bike that we got to get running, this thing's pretty dangerous. Let's go get back to it. Check this out. Looks like a billet aluminum button case. Looks really killer. It's got an up and a down. I'm very impressed with the packaging of this. I actually called one of the dealerships and I was like, hey, how much is this bike out the door? It was about $1,000, about $1,000 more than what I paid. And I think I paid 12 something. The sticker price is like 10,000 something, and then a couple thousand for taxes and then shipping. Look, red light, it's doing stuff. Look, it did something over here. I don't know what this thing's doing, but the bike is on. This thing's live. This thing's live right now. We gotta get this thing out of here. I gotta learn how to use this stupid app. These are nice feeling straps. However, they're not as nice feeling as the newest tank strap, dirt bike strap. This is a quality unit. We actually recently launched these on the website, and they're probably on Amazon, but go to bikesandbeersgear.com if you want to get them. They're the best.
Let's see. So now, gotta drain this fuel. Let's see if. All right, just getting all that old gas out of there. We'll replace it with some fresh gas in a little bit. Let me go get some factoids on this thing. So this is like Honda's flagship CR500R. They came out in the 80s and they were around to like maybe 2001. 500cc or 491cc two-stroke. The two-stroke, man. It's wild. It's a big two-stroke. So once this fuel's drained out and then we get fresh fuel in here, I'll let Sean know that we're gonna see how his VARG holds up to this and see if electric is better than gas or if Stark really is the future. There we go. 50 to 1. There we go. That should give us the right mixture. I'm shaking up the gas in the two-stroke oil. Choke open. There we go. We got it choked. Go fast two-stroke smoke.
So I put on the front fender and tightened up some other bolts on the front of the bike. Then I was ready to put the front tire on, and since Joe was gone and I didn't have another set of hands, I had to come up with some other idea of how to get the front tire on. You thinking what I'm thinking? And I know a lot of you guys are bummed out because you're like, hey Sean, how come you never used the chainsaw yet? Well, now's a good time. It's that easy. Gotta move that and put the wheel right in there. So after finding the box with the wheel spacers and pegs in it, I spent the next hour putting the front wheel on. I even like how the tape is Stark tape. Future Stark. Stark Future. It took a lot longer than it should have because I squeezed the front brake without the wheel being on, which squeezed the calipers without the rotor being in it. And then the brake started looking funny, so I started messing with things and taking things apart. But in the end, I got it all put back together, and I'm pretty sure it's how it's supposed to be. Now you're wondering, you're like, Sean, what's the game plan now? Check it. All I wanted to do was to get this guy out of there. I'm gonna pick this up. You're gonna grab that metal thing. Go. We did it. Teamwork. And that is the VARG. Have you ever heard anyone call it the VARG? Oh yeah, there's no kickstand on it either. And then I went out to put the battery charger combination stand together by putting the bike on it first and then realizing that that's probably not gonna work. But then I got it and we are ready to get this bike working. You have to admit, whatever you like or don't like about electric vehicles, they put together a really nice bike. It's clean looking. Obviously this is the big battery, a ginormous battery. Until you can get a hub motor that fits inside the hub and doesn't change the weight distribution and everything like that, this is the best option. It's a water-cooled electric motor, which is pretty awesome. So it took a while to get the phone connected to the bike, causing me enough trouble that I decided to do the unthinkable and look at the online manual to see how it connects. And then after scrolling through the pages, I got the impression that they were trying to warn me of something. I'm just not sure what. Purple light, green light, purple and green light. No, it's flashing. Oh. This sucker's gonna hurt somebody. There should be a warning label on this thing. It's trying to connect. Connect. Ooh. Power modes. Which one's the fastest? Which one's the slowest? Okay, what's going on here? So 1's your most basic mode. 5 is more than 1 because 2 is more than 1. Because 3 is more than 1. Because 4 is more than 1. Holy cow, even 5 is not even all the power. Look, they got 4 is 56 horsepower. 5 is 59. I mean, obviously, like, crank it up to 11. Save it. Alpha power. Alpha power engaged. Bam! Alpha power engaged. This is a ridiculous level of power. We do not recommend it. Even the bike is like, nah, man, you don't want to do this. I like that. Of course I want to do this. And shows me every time because that's really cool. Let's see how low we can make the horsepower for mode 1. 10 horsepower. All right, press the parts button. Nothing like ordering parts while you're driving. You can wreck your bike at the track, jump on your phone, order bodywork parts right now. How much do bodywork parts cost? Accessories, bodywork, brakes, chain and sprocket, cooling, electronics. Let's order, you know, you have a bad day, you wreck the bike, let's order a new frame. I guess it's going to Israel. Is anyone interested in buying a bike like yours? Refer a rider and you both get a reward. I got up to $300. Not only is this the baddest dirt bike on the planet, it's also a multi-level marketing scheme, which is what I'm looking for when I'm buying a dirt. That's a nice looking Honda, but is it a multi-level marketing scheme? How can I make money and then my friends make money and then I make money when my friends make money? How do we charge this thing? This one plugs in the VARG. They're like, just stick your hand in there. Just jam your hand in that thing and just pull whatever wires comes out. That's how we do it. We're men. Don't be a baby. Yes. So we got one of these big plugs. But they were nice enough to give you an inverter. But let's see if my generator can do that. I'm sure I don't have to explain to you the irony of this. The nonsense of sustainability and stuff like that, when most electricity comes from coal. In any case where you're actually out dirt bike riding, it's going to come from gasoline. Now, it might be more efficient. I would imagine charging this thing up would use less gas than if that was gas powered, so I guess that's a plus. Do I have a plug for this? No, it's the wrong plug. I gotta get an adapter for it. Push that guy out of here. But this will work. Let's plug it in and see what happens. So then I plugged in the VARG, and then a few hours later, it was ready. And it was fun putting together a motorcycle. It reminded me of one of my favorite verses, John 16:33. I have said these things to you, that in me you may have peace. In the world you will have tribulation. But take heart, I have overcome the world. So what we have here is the best that the future apparently has to offer for us, and the best that 40 something more years ago has to offer for us. Now this bike in its day and even decades after is a beast. This thing is claiming 60 horsepower out of this bike, which even now is an impressive amount of horsepower out of a motocross bike. This bike at the max alpha setting is 80 horsepower, which is just completely unheard of. Now there's some differences to them. And this thing weighs 265. The Stark VARG can weigh between 242 and 268 pounds, depending on how it's configured. And this guy weighs 23 pounds lighter at 242 pounds. But before we race them and take them head to head in an actual real world drag race, let's go see if these are actually making the type of horsepower that they're actually claiming. Let's go to the dyno. Dyno. So we loaded up the bikes and took them to our buddies at the Harley Davidson dealership to get these bikes on the dyno to see what kind of power they were really putting down. But we were having some trouble because they've never done a single cylinder dirt bike. After messing with it for a bit and kicking it a million times, we finally got a dyno run in. And it gave us a number that honestly, we could not believe. Which I'll tell you guys later. But then we were ready to get the VARG on the dyno. We found out that they were not able to test it because it was electric. So there's only one thing left to do, and that's testing these bikes the old-fashioned way. With the one and only, my friend Brock Gills from Moto Mission. Let's ride, that's what he says. He says, let's ride.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, you know what? I was only in number 3. We gotta do that one again. That was only the 40 horsepower one. I made a mistake. I was only in mode number 3. That's only like the 45 horsepower one. Let me step it up a notch. I got a bad launch. How about this? I'll give you the jump.
3, 2, 1, go.
I missed a gear. I bumped it into first when I picked my foot up. Sorry, I have to do that again.
3, 2, 1, go.
Pretty good. Who won that one?
Oh, I beat you.
I'm finally getting the hang of this. I think I'm gonna put it in mode 5, full level, 80 horsepower, which is 20 more than what I've been using as of right now. Let's see what that does.
3, 2, 1, go.
Was that a clean race, Brock?
Yeah, that was pretty clean.
Let's do one more at 80 horse.
3, 2, 1, go.
Full speed. I'm not gonna lie, I was half throttle. Like half the way. Let's try it one more time. Let me see if I can give it full throttle at some point in time.
3, 2, 1, go.
Yeah, I stalled it.
So when we were at the dyno, the number that the dyno showed was for the CR500 was 28 horsepower. And I don't think that's right. Because that CR500, it claims 60, but that thing was keeping up every bit with the Stark VARG when the Stark VARG was at 60 horsepower. Now we never got to put the electric bike on a dyno to see what it actually puts out, but I'm pretty sure what they're telling us is pretty close to being right. So I think what happened was that the inputs that we had in the dyno, like we didn't know how to dyno it properly to show the real horsepower. So we'll probably try to do that again later because that CR500 ripped. Both bikes were having the same problem. That was keeping the front end down. When I was riding the Stark VARG, even at 60 horsepower, I was only at full throttle at the very end, right before the finish line. because it just wanted to pull the front end up. And pretty much the same thing at the 80 horsepower. After we rode the bike for a little bit and I thought I was really hitting that 80 horsepower, you can look at the computer and it tells you what horsepower you actually hit. And we never hit over 60. We never hit over 60 horsepower. So we actually never, I mean, even though we unlocked it, like we scrolled the thing and it was able for us. You got to be going pretty fast for it to actually unlock that 80 horsepower. Because what they're avoiding is you cannot have full horsepower at 0 RPMs. Because the bike would be unrideable. You would give it full throttle, it would loop at you. So they have to gradually give you that torque curve. But that bike was awesome. Tons and tons of fun. If you guys haven't seen, I'm wearing our newest hoodie. We also have a shirt like this. It's got a big logo on the back. 2 wheels, 1 mission. If you want to check out the merch, go check out bikesandbeardsgear.com. We got a link in the description. Did you hear that? What is that? It's coming. It's coming from outside there. Hold on. It's coming from the trailer. It's the bike. Hello?
Is this Sean?
Craig, is that you?
That's not important. We need you and the VARG for a mission. Are you in or are you out?
I'm in. Where do we go?
Stand by your phone. Directions are coming.
And thanks to Surfshark for sponsoring this video. Don't forget, click on the link in the description to get an amazing discount.